They are now 83% complete of construction of the mill at their Séguéla gold project. Well, hello there, my friends, and good morning. Chris Marcus here with you for Arcadia Economics. And today we have some good news out of Fortuna Silver, as they have announced that they are now 83% complete of construction of the mill at their Séguéla gold project, which is still on track for first gold pour in mid-2023. And they had a release out this morning showing the updates of their progress, which shows things are pretty well online, and we'll take a look through that today. Comment from David Whittle, Chief Operating Officer, mentions they're pleased to report construction at Séguéla continues to track on time and on budget despite a particularly heavy wet season. They're moving forward with recruitment and onboarding of key senior personnel in order to facilitate a smooth transition into the operation. And some of the construction highlights, as I mentioned, 83% complete as of October 31st, and they remain on track for their first gold pour. As I'll touch on a little bit below, they are also on track with the budget, which obviously comes as good news. Deliveries continue to arrive in Côte d'Ivoire, with the SAG mill components now shipped. Last SAG mill package due to arrive early December. Construction of the 90 kilovolt transmission line and substation nearing completion, on track to be energized in December. Approximately 565 cubic meters of water collected in the water storage dam. Earthworks and high-density polyethylene lining of the tailing storage facility on track for completion before the end of the year. And the mining contractor is mobilized to the site and has commenced the establishment activities. In terms of the processing plant, civil and concrete works nearing completion. Carbon in leach tank fabrication and hydrostatic settlement has been completed. Assembly of the water tanks and hydrostatic testing completed. Erection of the region's storage building, warehouse, and workshop are completed. Structural steel erected in the crushing, surge bin, milling, and grinding areas. Installations for the thickener, intensive leach reactor, and apron feeder have commenced. Installation of the conveyors underway, and fabrication of steel pipe spools commenced. Delivery and installation of the mill remains on path, and even with the supply chain issues, everything has been shipped and expected to be delivered before the end of the year. Here we have a couple pictures. The CIL tanks complete, being painted. Over here you can see the surge bin, structural steel, and mill feed conveyor erection underway. Structural steel in the milling and grinding area you can see up here on the left, and also workshop, warehouse, and regions buildings complete. So a lot of work that they've been doing there, and exciting to see this visually. They've been making progress on the tailing storage facility and the water storage dam, which again has 565 cubic meters of raw water as of the end of October. Tailing storage facility on track to be completed by the end of the quarter. And 48% of the total surface of the tailing storage facility has been lined with the hydro polyethylene lining. With the wet season ending, their contractor is remobilizing to complete that lining. High voltage substation, 97% complete, and they're on track for energization of the substation by December of this year. All of the long lead equipment is procured, started to arrive in early October, and the preparations for the operational phase of the mine are on track and progressing well. Mining equipment has been received, further deliveries of mining fleet expected throughout the quarter. And in terms of the cost, 166 million of the total 173.5 million budget, including 8.9 million for contingency, has been committed. These commitments include contracts for a guaranteed maximum price of 87 million, fixed contracts for 15.4 million, and earthworks for 13.7 million. The remaining will go to employee salaries, equipment, and material purchase orders. And again, they are on track for first gold pour in mid-2023. So great news from Fortuna as they continue to move things forward without any surprises. Obviously, quite a big project they are undertaking there, but really with a lot to look forward to as they continue to advance the projects. They have several sites of mineralization which are going to be feeding the centralized mill and producing a lot of gold for Fortuna going forward. They've also been extending the life of mine there. So, what really should be a flagship cornerstone asset for the company going forward, possibly even in a rising gold price environment, which would be good news. Although, one of the things that, as I've talked with Jorge Ganoza several times on the show, it's nice that they are prepared for gold and silver at the current price. They have room if the gold and silver price goes lower, and certainly the upside if the prices do go forward, as many of us in the gold and silver world are expecting. Although, again, good that they've planned for all of those scenarios. Would also like to mention Fortuna has their third quarter earnings coming out next Thursday, November 10th. They'll be holding an earnings call, and Jorge will also be joining us live on the channel, along with Dave Pranzler and Don Durrett, to talk about those earnings. So you can log back in here on next Thursday, November 10th. We'll be taking some questions as well. And congratulations to Fortuna for continuing to move things forward on the project. I think that's good news for the Fortuna shareholders. With that said, going to wrap up for now, but just wanted to pass this along. Hope you're having a great day out there, and I will see you again in a little bit.